So yesterday we have seen how to customize the views and how to create a different kind of relationship, right? So today we are going to see how we can how we can do the ribbon customization. Okay, I'll show you what is ribbon customization first. Okay, let's say, okay, here this is home ribbon. Let's say here you want to add ribbon buttons, or in the events you want to add a new buttons inside the form. So you can do through the ribbon customization. Okay, so today we are going to see how to add a new buttons or how to remove these buttons using ribbon workbench. Let me open the organization. Okay, for this I'm using a tool called ribbon customization. Okay, ribbon workbench designer. This is the tool. Okay, you can install this file. Okay, it is available in the internet. You can install this file. Okay, once you import this manager solution, you will see the button here. Okay, now we are going to customize this, right? So just click on this link. Here we need to select the solution which we created earlier. So this is the solution name, right? Event solution. So here you can see the solution. This is the list you can select from here. In the solution, we have three entities, right? Event registration, and SMS. So now we are going to customize the event entity. Okay. For example, once I save this record, okay, I want to have a approve or reject button. Okay, that is the requirement. How to achieve this? Now we are going to see how to achieve that. Okay, as I told you here, you will see three kind of grid. One is for the home page, one is for the subgrid, and one is for the form. The home page is nothing but the buttons which are available here. Okay, just a minute. I'll be back. Okay. So this grid, okay, this grid here you can see the buttons in the home page. The home page is nothing but the main home page of the entity, and you will see subgrid and then form. Okay, form you will see whenever you open any entity. Do you remember we created multiple forms? So this is a form. So here you will find all the buttons from the form. Okay, so this is for the related records. Okay, we created a one-to-one relationship, right? So this subgrid is nothing but the buttons in the related entities. Now we are going to add the new buttons in the home in the form event form. Let's see how to add this. Okay, here you will find the entities, which entity you are going to customize. Now I am going to customize event entity, right? Similarly, you can select any entity. The buttons will vary. Now I'm going to customize event entity. See, let's copy this XML. Okay, at the end of this changes, I will show you how this has been changed to. Okay, so this is the empty XML file. Okay, at the end of this customization, I will show you how this is changed. Now I'm going to add the button, right? So here I can do two kind of actions. Either I can hide the existing buttons or I can add a new button. So hiding the existing button, it's very simple. Just right click and click on the hide. Very simple. Let's say once I save this event, okay, I don't want to see this deactivate button. Let's go and find where is deactivate button. See, this is the deactivate button. Right click and hide. Okay. Then refresh this XML. And I will show you how this XML is changing. See, this is empty XML. This is the XML which we customized now. Here you can see the custom action. The custom action. You can see hide custom action tag has been included. So whatever we are doing customization using ribbon workbench, internally it will append the XML file. Okay. This is one action, and another action is that you can add multiple kind of buttons. Now I'm going to add one button. Okay, I'm going to name it as approve. Then I'm going to add one more button called reject. Okay, I have added two buttons here, right? So let's say I want to add icons for this button. Okay, what you can do is that you can copy these icons from here, from the existing buttons. Okay, you can copy from any of the existing buttons, or we can add our own buttons as well. So if we have our own buttons, just click on this lookup. You can select the whatever required. Now the reject. See, you can see the icon will be changed now. See, the icon has changed, right? Now we created a button, just a button. Okay, so if you want to add a tooltip, you can add the tooltip. If you want to add the description, you will find tooltip here and description. See, this is nothing but the tooltip, the new how to decide in which grid we want to add the button. Which, can you unmute and ask the question, Siddharth?
Yeah, as in like we added in the form, right? The buttons.
Yes, yes.
So how come we'll get to know like we have to add only in
That is
form,
the
not in subgrid
requirement.
or not in home?
That you will get it through the requirements, business requirement.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you.
Based on your requirement, you can, let's say your requirement saying that okay, here I want to add the approve or reject button.
Okay.
Okay, so based on your requirements, you can decide where you want to add.
Okay.
Okay, now I added approve and reject button. Okay, so let me refresh my XML. I will show you how this has been changed from uncustomized XML to customized XML. See, this is my uncustomized XML, right? This is my uncustomized XML. See, we added the new button, okay, and another button here, and we added the custom action. So we added the labels for this. So this is how it is customized. This is not end now. Okay. Now just we added the button, right? We have to define when it should be available. For example, when I click new, I can see only 4 buttons, right? But whenever I save this record, I can see more buttons here. How they are making it? Okay. It is through the comments. There is a two kind of action we can do. Okay, One is display rule and another one is enable rule. Okay, the difference between display rule and enable rule is that if you apply the display rule based on the condition, it will show or hide the button. Whereas enable rules, if you apply the condition, it will button will be visible, but you will not be able to click. For example, if you see Word, right, Word document, you will understand. You're all not busy. Okay. Okay. So here you can see, okay, this is nothing but the enable rule. Okay, button will be available, but we cannot, the functionality will not be available. This is the enable rule. Display rule is something like the button only will not be available. Okay. Now we are going to add the command for these buttons. Okay. Just there is a plus button. Click on this command. Okay. You will find actions, display rule, and enable rule. Now I am going to add display rule for this. Okay. Just click on this add display rule and click on add new display rule. Okay. Now we are going to add step. So here you will find the steps for this. Okay, you can add the display rule using any of these rules. These are the out of the rules. Okay, for example, I want to check form state rule. Okay, if it is create form, okay, I don't want to show this button. On create form, input result equal to true. Okay, similarly, we can add n number of rules. Let me maximize this. Okay, so similarly, you can add n number of rules to this command. See, in the command, I can add n number of display rules. Okay, so you can customize the existing button also. That I will show you later. Okay, now we created the command. We need to associate this command with the button. Okay, let me publish this customization. Okay, we will publish through the publish button. Okay, whatever changes we have done, it is reflecting to the system. It is updating to the system. So it's importing the changes. It's importing. It's imported 93%. So it is okay. It is pushing all this XML file to the CRM system. It's publishing the customization. Taking some time. Okay, it is publishing. Okay, it has been published. Let's refresh the screen. Okay, we will create the new event. Okay, and I'm going to create the new event. So here you can see approve button is displaying. Okay, and one more thing is that deactivate button we have removed from the form, so it will not appear. The next question will come, why the reject button is not showing? Because we have not applied comment to the reject button. Okay, we will apply that. Okay, now the point here is that this approve button is showing only when we save this record, right? See, on the new form, this approve button is not coming. Okay, how we have achieved is that through the display rule, there is a form state rule. Okay, similarly, there are many rules available. For example, value rule. Value rule is nothing but, let's say if the event type is marketing, then only I need this button, approve button. So you can provide the condition like this. So these are the out of the box rules available. Okay, form state rule. Okay, then option set rule, form type rule. Okay, entity rule, privilege rule, outlook rules. Okay, client type rule. For example, in the client type rule, you will see web or outlook. So this button should be available only on the web browser. You can mention this using the CRM client type rule. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Is it clear? Can we move to next display rule?
Yes, yes, it is clear so far.
Okay. Now I'm going to apply the same command to the reject button as well. Okay. So click on the command. You will find display rule, enable rule, and action. In the enable rule, there is a one additional condition is that you will see the custom rule. Means we can able to create our own rule. We can run the JavaScript and invoke the custom rule. See, this custom rule is not available on the display rule. Only it is available on the enable rule. Whereas you can call any of the library. Okay, so this is the difference between enable and display rule. Now we have button, right? So we have button. Whenever I click any button, it is doing some action, right? But see, our button is not doing any action. In the approve button, it is not doing any action. Okay, so these actions we can do it from here. Okay, you can see add action. Here you can add two kind of action, either URL action or JavaScript action. For the approve button, let me add URL action. For the reject, I will add the JavaScript action. Okay. Now this is for the rejection. This is for the approval. For the approval, I will add URL action. Just I want to open Google page, direct URL. Whereas if you have any custom application, you can pass the parameters as well. Okay. For the rejection rule, let me add the existing display rule. Okay, and add the action. So now we are going to add the JavaScript rule. For this, first we need to create the web resource. Let us go to the solution first, and we will create one JavaScript web resource. In the next session, I will tell you what is web resource and in detail. So for time being, you can know what you should know is that using this web resource, you can import images, you can import JavaScript libraries into the system. Now I'm going to create new So I'm creating new web resource with the type JScript. Okay, and I'm going to write one function, reject on click. You can provide any name, but this name should be given there. Alert reject button clicked. That's it. Save. Okay. Now let's go to the ribbon workbench and select the library which we created now. We created new underscore event, right? See, it is available here. And what is the function name? Reject on click. Okay, now we are going to bind this rule in for the reject. Okay, this is for accept and this is for approve and this is for reject. Okay, if you are confused, you can change the name as well. You can change the command name. Okay, now let's publish the customization. Empty enable rule. Okay, because we just created one enable rule and left. Let's delete this and now we'll publish the customization. Okay, it's publishing the customization. It's importing the changes. Okay, after this import, it will publish the changes to the CRM system. See, all this requirement will be given by the client, where we need to place the button and what is the button name. Okay, what this button has to do. All this will be given by the client. Our job is that we need to place the button and we need to implement this functionality. Let's say whenever I click approve, the status should change it to approved. If it is rejected, if I click reject, the status should change it to rejected. So this will be your requirements. Okay, our changes are published. Okay. Okay, click on the new button, and by default, our two buttons approve, reject should not be available. Right? See, by default, it is not available. Let's create the record test data test event 5. Okay, you can see our buttons are available, approve and reject. First, let's click on the approve button. It's opening the Google URL, right? So this is URL action, right? We have added two kind of action. One is URL action
and JavaScript action.
and JavaScript action. Now let's see our JavaScript action. See, reject button is clicked. Okay, and let's go here. Okay, let's say here you can notice that whenever I select the record, here buttons are coming, right? See, just have a look on this activate button. Okay, whenever I deselect, the button is gone. See, I am not able to see this, right? So whenever I select multiple records, I can see multiple buttons as well. So this kind of functionality you can achieve through this rule. I'll show you what is that rule. There is a one rule available. Let me search for you. Relationship referencing. Right. Selection. There will be name selection. You are able to find that. Comment client. Moment. Let's go to enable rule. Okay, here you can see selection count rule. Okay, this rule will be used to enable or disable that button. Okay, what we will do, okay, we will go to the home page activate button. See, I think everyone with me, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, now we are going to see how they have made this functionality. Okay, whenever I select record, how they are making this activate button, how this button is visible. Okay, now we are going to explore how Microsoft has implemented this functionality. To explore this, just click on this activate button, right click and click on customize command. Okay, so this is home page, home grid, activate button. Here they have used actions. Okay, here they are using display rule, that is okay. Okay, let's explore mscrm dot selection count at least one. Let's dig into that. We will go to the this one. See, there's they're given that selected entity, the count should be minimum 1. Now what we are going to do is that let's change it to 2. We will see what will happen. Let me delete the one we created, empty one. See what Microsoft has done is that they are saying minimum 1 should be selected. Now we are changing the Microsoft command. Let's publish our changes. At least one. Okay, let me see. We deleted, right? Okay, enable. Okay, we did. Okay, we'll delete this as well. Let's publish the changes. Okay, it's importing the changes. It's importing the changes. Okay, once import, we will see whether that activate button was working for one selection or two selection, because we change it to minimum 2. Let's publish. Let's refresh the system. Okay, so on one selection it is not available, right? Previously it is available. Now let's do for to see. You can see the activate button is coming. Okay, so similarly you can customize the out of the box buttons also, just by right clicking customize button. See, let's say I want to rename this as activate event. Okay, either you can customize the button or you can customize the command as well. Then after some point of them you are thinking that you want to revoke the changes, just click on uncustomize button. So whatever you have done the changes, it will revoke it. Okay, you will see once you publish it, this will get changed. Okay, let's refresh the XML. You'll be surprised to see this XML. So this tool is generating this XML. See, let's start from the starting. Okay. See, you can see here how this empty XML has changed to the complete customized XML. Okay, so we have other buttons as well, like a split button, flyout anchor, menu section. Okay, we can add a group. Okay, and we can add it in a ribbon, tablet, and you will see different kind of options also. Today, let's only focus this button. Tomorrow, we will see how to add a split button, flyout anchor, menu section, group. Okay, how to use different options. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Before that, just I'll summarize. Okay, whatever we have done so today so far. So we created a solution. Okay, then I imported the solution. That's why you can see the button. I clicked on this button. Then you need to select the solution which we created earlier. Okay, whenever you whenever you select that solution, you will see entities, available entities here. Okay, now we customize the event. Similarly, we can customize another entity. See, this entity is not nowhere it is related to this. Then what I have done is that I dragged and dropped the button in the form. Okay, similarly, you can customize the home page buttons also. There are two kind of actions available. One is hide action and then custom action. Custom action is nothing but the adding the new buttons. Then we are creating the comments. In the comments, there are three kind of sections you need to fill. One is that action, display rule, and enable rule. This comment action is nothing but whenever you click that button, what kind of action it should do? Either URL or it should invoke the JavaScript. Then display rule. Okay. So this rule will be used to show or hide the button. Then enable rule. Enable rule, the button will be available. Okay. you may not able to click on that button. See, you can ask that why it is this activate button is enable rule. See, in the command bar web browser, this enable rule will work same like display rule. Okay, you will see only the difference in the Outlook or different or tablet or some other application, not on the web browser. Okay, once you've done all your changes, publish the customization. If you want to dig more into this concept, just try to understand how they're formatting this XML. Okay, let's say new button. Okay, just select this ID and you will see the labels are linked. So means they are not providing labels on the top. It is referenced on the below. Similarly, command, approve command, right? See, in the approve command, you can see enable rules empty and display rules, it is referenced to another one, and action you can see URL action. Okay. So similarly for the reject button, you can see that it is calling the web resource. Okay, this is one command. Okay, and this is another command. This is out of the box activate command. You can see how they've given enabled rule, display rule, and action. See, they are passing the parameters. We have created the JavaScript, right? We have not passed any parameters. You can pass parameters to your JavaScript. See, our library is new underscore event, right? Web resource. Here, this is their library. Okay, and this is the function name, and these are the parameters. Okay, you know how to pass the parameters, right? If you go to the action, okay, and reject button, here you can see add parameters. You can add any of these parameters. Okay, so this is what we have done so far. Any questions? So this is the third-party tool. Okay, I have installed this third-party tool. Can I trigger plugin? Yes, not directly. Either you need to use action, or you need to trigger some kind of actions. Like, let's say, saving the record. You can straight to this answer is that no. You cannot directly invoke the plugin. The workaround for is that you need to create the CRM actions and invoke it. Sure. So here, if you go to process, you just click on the new. Here you need to select category as action and entity as any entity. Okay, and you can write the coding here. Oh, sorry, not coding. You can do any action here and call this action in the from the button. That's it. Okay, so this action we can call it in the button. Okay, so you will find. Let's activate this. Now go to CRM REST Builder. Okay, it will take some time. Okay, so using REST Builder, you can generate the XML file, okay, which you will call the action, and you can paste that XML file inside your ribbon button here. So what will happen when you click on the ribbon button, it will call this method, and this code will execute the action, which internally call the plugins. Okay, any other questions? Yeah, please. Hello, Avani. Any questions? Okay, great.
No, no, yeah.
Okay, fine. So tomorrow we will see how to customize remaining buttons.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I have shared my number as well. So if any doubts, you can ping me. Okay, if you stuck up somewhere, just you can ping me. Hello. Okay. Thanks everyone. Bye.